until you talk to the lawyer.
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Get me back to the cell. I don't talk to you much.
The cops detained the wrong person for a robbery crime. Unfortunately for them, this detainee is fully aware of his rights and knows the law. Today's video will be looking at 4 cases of suspects who outsmarted the cops.
Yeah, I'll explain everything.
You look like a prick.
Before we ask you questions, you must understand what your rights are.
On a seemingly ordinary evening back in 2011, the atmosphere at a local 7-Eleven became charged with tension as reports of an armed robbery flooded the police department. However, what followed was far from routine. The suspect, nowhere to be found at the scene, had the authorities on edge. Their attention shifted to a nearby house where the commotion was detected. With no other leads, they stormed in, only to find a known heroin addict, Jeff Pearson, armed and ready.
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay? Yeah, I'll explain everything.
I'm under arrest for robbery?
You are, but let me read your rights real quick, okay? And then I'll explain it all to you. Is that okay? Let me do that real fast? All right, Jeff.
But what unfolds next is nothing short of a masterclass in navigating the complexities of police custody. Jeff Pearson, experiencing heroin withdrawals, managed to outsmart the very system designed to bring him down. The following 24 hours, captured on police cameras, provide a riveting account of a man who not only defends himself, but turns the tables on law enforcement.
Good guy, he helped me out.
Hey. You know what?
I've been doing this a long time, man.
I haven't.
I've been doing this a long time. I know you don't want to go back to jail, right? Back to prison.
Fuck, it looks like I am as if you're gonna charge me with some bogus shit. You guys don't, I mean, what do you got really that...
In this extraordinary footage, Jeff's interactions with the police shed light on the tactics employed during interrogations. His calculated responses, coupled with a firm understanding of his rights, leave the detectives grasping at straws. From the initial arrest to the subsequent interrogation, Jeff's demeanor remains unyielding, showcasing a level of legal defense that is as impressive as it is uncommon.
This is all being recorded, huh? And written down?
Why don't we just talk about the gun? Let's start there. Okay?
I don't fucking have a gun or own a gun.
Okay.
Join us as we dissect each moment of this gripping encounter, exploring the techniques used by law enforcement and the remarkable ways in which Jeff Pearson emerges victorious.
Get out of here. It's disturbing the peace. You hit me because of disturbing the peace? Yeah, it's a crime. You need to go.
In a dramatic turn of events on September 17th, 2022, Police Chief Michael Caccini found himself on the wrong side of the law. What began as an attempt to address what he perceived as disturbances caused by teenagers Parker Wan and Travis Kren took an unexpected twist, leading to a confrontation that would expose Caccini's misuse of authority.
Both of them squealing their wheels out. He's talking. Okay. They come here, they hit the cone, they're messing around here around this new monument. I've had enough.
Caccini's harassment of the teens, accusing them of disturbing the peace by playing around, escalated quickly. Unbeknownst to him, Juan and Kren were well versed in their rights and were about to assert them in a way that would challenge Caccini's actions. The situation reached a boiling point when Caccini, armed with his badge, attempted to intimidate the teens.
Challenged me to fight and dared me to come down. Okay, I came down. He stood off on me, and I did a pectoral jab with my flashlight. Okay.
However, their knowledge of the law proved superior, and they refused to back down. In a shocking twist, Caccini resorted to an illegal act, physically assaulting one of the teens with a flashlight. The teens, undeterred, recorded the entire encounter, ensuring that their version of events would be heard.
Or so of the screeching tires from the birds, you know, and the hooting and hollering down here. So I go out onto my balcony and I look down and they're just, they're driving and the guy in the long hair intentionally smashes.
Caccini's attempts to justify his actions by claiming his badge granted him the authority to assault fell flat as the teens stood their ground, asserting their rights. As the confrontation unfolded, Caccini's desperation grew, resorting to baseless accusations and attempting to provoke physical retaliation. He hoped to fabricate a narrative that would favor him when the police arrived, little did he know, the truth was on tape and justice was about to be served. When the other officers finally arrived, Caccini's bravado crumbled and he faced the consequences of his actions. Charged with assault and battery, the former chief of police found himself on the receiving end of the law he had sworn to uphold. At the center of this intense story is Joshua Young and his dad, Josh Galker, caught up in a complex murder investigation. The focus is on Trey Zwicker, Joshua's stepbrother, who tragically lost his life. A detective steps in to lead the investigation, putting Joshua in the hot seat as questions swirl around Trey's death.
I would think that your first story that you told Detective Maroney at the school is probably the true version.
Make Joshua look guilty, but Joshua stands firm, loudly saying he didn't do anything to hurt Trey. As the story unfolds, we learn about Joshua's messed up family, especially the rocky relationship between Josh Galker and Amanda Zwicker, Trey's mom. There are whispers of Joshua and his dad talking about hurting people, adding more suspicion. At the same time, Josh Galker gets arrested for kidnapping, but gets let go because of a strange connection with the supposed victim. Meanwhile,
Think about what I just showed you on my phone, what we talked about. I want you to tell me the truth.
Joshua faces charges connected to Trey's death. The detective brings up phone records and signed stuff, trying to make a case against Joshua. Even with all the evidence piling up, Joshua keeps saying he's innocent, not buying what the detective is selling. Tensions get high, leading to a big showdown between Joshua and the detective. Then, out of the blue, Josh Galker changes his story and admits to the murder. He says he lied before to protect Joshua. The reason? Apparently, it's connected to Amanda having a secret abortion without Joshua knowing.
Next question.
Yeah, but not keep on going and going and saying that you think I know more than I'm saying, which I don't. I think that's where that's probably right.
Yes, sir. Well, I think I can play it again if you want to hear your statement. Which to me, you're a liar.
Josh Galker gets a life sentence, but the story doesn't wrap up neatly. Joshua, after a trial, gets off the hook for planning to murder someone and goes free. But the story takes a wild turn when he faces more legal trouble, ending up back in jail. The saga closes with Josh Galker saying he didn't do it, putting the blame back on his son. It leaves us wondering what really happened, keeping us in suspense.
Hold on, we got the cops. They're gonna run my license plate. Morning, can I help you?
No, can we help you? Do you live here?
No, but this is public, correct?
I'm not sure on that. Could be private property.
Could be, but if there was, I do believe there would be a sign posted somewhere, right?
Not necessarily. Is that your car?
That is my car.
Okay.
We dive into Joshua Lloyd's story. In July 2022, he's out geocaching in Phoenix, Arizona. Geocaching is when people hide boxes called caches worldwide, and others solve puzzles to find them. Joshua is searching along a public road when things take an unexpected turn. He notices the police approaching, saying, "Oh, hold on, we got the cops."
Not sure on that. Could be private property.
Could be, but if there was, I do believe there would be a sign posted somewhere, right?
Not necessarily. Is that your car?
The officer questions Joshua about why he's there, and Joshua, being polite, allows the officer to check his car. The situation escalates for no apparent reason. The officer wants to tow Joshua's car because it's registered to a different name. Joshua tries to explain, but the officer is determined to tow the car without listening. The second officer remains mostly silent, seemingly aware of his partner's irrational behavior.
Whose property that is? You got your name, your information. If it turns out that it is private property, then I'll author a report for trespassing.
I don't think it
And-
would be
No,
private
I
property
don't-
because what I was doing was a
Listen to your
public
statement.
event. So
Josh,
you guys never even
Josh,
asked
listen to
me.
your statement. I don't think. That's why I'm going to find out for sure whose property.
Okay,
Joshua, aware of his rights, questions the need to tow the car instead of having a simple conversation. The officer mentions possible trespassing charges, but Joshua defends himself, pointing out he was on public property with no clear signs indicating otherwise. Before leaving, the officers claim they will research the property ownership. Joshua questions why they didn't ask about his activities politely from the beginning. Frustrated, he invokes his right to free speech, using profanity to emphasize his point. The encounter illustrates the challenges faced by someone who knows their rights but encounters unnecessary aggression from law enforcement. We've come to the end of this thrilling saga. Stay tuned for more interesting escapades.